All right, here we go. Today we have Errol Musk, father of Elon Musk, who's currently the richest man in the world with a net worth of $427 billion, which is almost $500 billion. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to get into your whole story, but before I do, your son, Elon, has been in the news recently because when he was at the inauguration, he made a salute which looked kind of like a Nazi Hitler salute. Did you see that?
Yeah, I had people send me the photograph.
What did you think when you saw that?
Well, it's nonsense, I mean, obviously it's not it's just an air pump. What do you call it? A sort of a victory wave, they air pumping, nothing like that. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Well, the reason why people are referencing it is because back in 2023, Elon actually responded to a tweet. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Well, there was a tweet that someone put up that said, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites they claim to want people to stop using against them. I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest shit now about Western Jewish populations, coming to the disturbing realization that hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. You want the truth? Send it to your face, there it is. And then Elon actually responded to that tweet and said, you have said the actual truth.
Well, what was he saying? He's saying it's a good thing or a bad thing to have people coming into your country, or what is your problem?
Well, it was two different parts. So the first thing is saying that Jewish communities push a hatred against whites that they claim that they want people to stop doing to them. That's the first part.
I haven't seen that. I've never seen that.
And the second one is, I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest shit about how Western Jewish populations coming to the disturbing realization that the hordes of minorities that support flooding their country don't exactly like them too much. So I guess they're saying that the immigrants that are coming into these countries don't like Jewish people either. That's the gist of it. And then Elon's response, he tweeted a response that said, you have said the actual truth.
I can't imagine what he means or even what your statement means. First of all, the Jewish people are so heavily integrated into Western society. 50% of my friends are Jewish. I'm about 1/8 Jewish or something because my mother's grandfather was a Jewish guy. Elon, that for that matter, then would be also a little bit. But, we favor the Jewish people very much. So we love them. I mean, they're such smart people. How can you not favor them? But, I can't understand what that means. And I certainly can't imagine that people coming into a country particularly isolate one group of people, like, let's say, the Jews or something, and don't like them. It's conceivable. It's conceivable because if many of the people coming in, let's say, are from the Muslim world, well, there's a sort of, you're sort of brought up in the Muslim world to be at odds with the Jewish people, conceivably. I can't say for sure. On the other hand, I've just spent 2 weeks in Dubai with the Sheikh of Dubai as a guest of his. And these are the finest people you could ever imagine. And not the slightest kind of, dislike for anyone. They're very proud people in their own right. So I think it's just nonsense, utter nonsense.
Yeah, these things are blown out of proportion sometimes, and sometimes you respond to tweets, you don't fully understand the context of them. I think that's what Elon ultimately said. He said he doesn't really understand anti-Semitism that much. And I think he actually visited a Holocaust museum at one point shortly afterwards. So, it is what it is.
Yes, no, he's been to, Israel. Look, I don't like to, just show interest in I do care about the Jewish people and Israel, obviously. It's part of the Judeo-Christian world. At the same time, I also am very fond of people I've met in the world there, like in Cairo and in Egypt. And to me, they are just as important. I've never been to Gaza, but I think those people should get as fair a shake as possible. I don't think it's just one-sided story. On the other hand, what these so-called terrorist organizations try to do is borders on way beyond insanity. So, at the end of the day, we're all people, we're all trying to get along with each other. And I think that's what Elon would say as well. We all need to see the best in each other. What else?
Yeah, I agree. I'm Jewish myself, and my entire life, Israel has been at war, with various organizations surrounding them. And I just hope at some point it'll all be over and there could be some peace in the Middle East.
Yes, of course. I mean, everybody in the Judeo-Christian world, is very concerned about Israel. I subscribe to the fact that Israel has, been there 2,500 or 3,000 years ago as Israel. I mean, let's face it, you can't say now, that's not where they should be. I mean, that's nonsense. I mean, obviously Israel is Israel. It's been through the most difficult times imaginable. I think it's very good what we've got today. But I do think that somehow or other we have to, give I read a while back that the Palestinians at one point meant people of Jewish and Arab faith who lived in that area, So Palestinians were people, that's like in 100 years ago. And, those are called the Palestinians, and they grouped the Muslims, or rather the Arabs and the Jewish people together. So today we talk about the Palestinians as being like purely the Arab element. But I think that if somehow we can give them a fair shake. I hate to read about these Hamas. I actually had a telephone call from Hamas a while back, I must tell you. But at any rate,
Wait. You had a telephone call from someone from Hamas?
Yes. It was quite a long time ago.
How did that go?
It was in after the incredible atrocities that took place in October the 7th, on October the 7th, I think. A while after that, I'm not too sure how far, maybe already in the next year, I'm not sure, they wanted Starlink. So I got a message from them because they said they can't contact Elon and they need Starlink in Gaza. So I said, all right, well, I'll forward their request to Elon. And then subsequently, Starlink was enabled in Gaza with the idea that with the proviso that it it's only for humanitarian purposes, so-called, And so I did have, they're just people. I mean, just other people. They're not, it's not Superman and Spider-Man,